Welcome to Sister Chat, where we come together to connect, to honor, advocate, and teach each other. I'm Sister Maxine Young, and today we're celebrating Black History Month. Joining me are my dear friends, Rose Parker and Sandy Donnell. Welcome, Rose and Sandy. It is such a blessing to have you here with us. Before we begin, would you each please introduce yourselves?
Well, good morning, Sister Maxine. My name is Rose Parker, and I'm a member of St. Martin de Porres Catholic Church and have been a member since its inception in 1990. I have 4 children, 7 grandchildren, and I worked at Lucas County Job and Family Services for 34 years. And when I retired in 2004, I became very active at St. Martin de Porres
You
with
sure did.
part of evangelization ministry, the liturgy ministry, where I co-chair the Operation Rice Bowl during Lent, and I'm coordinator of the Black Catholic Ministry at St. Martin de Porres.
And doing a wonderful job.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very
with
much.
God's help
That's
and
right.
my team.
That's right. You're a good team member. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And Sandy?
Well, sister, thank you for having me here. My name is Sandy Donnell. I'm a member of St. Martin de Porres since 1990. I have 1 daughter, 2 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren. I am the chair of the liturgy committee. I have a great team. We plan the services, and I think we do a great job as a team.
You definitely do.
And I'm also a member of the St. Martin de Porres Black Catholic Ministry, and Rose and I both are members of the Diocese of Toledo Black Catholic Ministries. I'm retired. I worked at Mercy Health for 47 years.
Thank you so much, Sandy,
You're
for sharing.
welcome.
Black women have played an essential role in the church throughout history. Yet leadership opportunities can be limited. How have you seen Black women shaping faith, and what progress still needs to be made?
Well, in my experience, I've been fortunate to be in contact with some very dynamic Black women who are directors of the Black Catholic ministries of their various dioceses. And these women have been very instrumental in promoting Black culture into the Catholic faith. We have to remember that Catholic, the small c, is universal. So they've been very instrumental in our spirituality, in providing workshops and seminars to teach us how we pray, why we pray, and where we pray. So I've been very fortunate to be with them. The barriers, I think, we still have to break through the mentality of only men know how to worship, or only a certain culture. We only worship in this particular certain culture. And it's important that we continue to strive to be at the table for decision-making processes. And Shirley Chisholm, who was the first Black woman to run for a presidency, said, if you don't have a seat at the table, bring a folding chair. So that's what we have to remember. We have to continue to bring that folding chair to be at that table.
Yes. Yes. And that's what I admire in both of you women, is how you do that. You're there, you're present. I have the privilege of working and being with you, and that is a great gift.
Thank you.
Well, for me, the Black women that I've come in contact with at St. Martin de Porres have taught me. I remember when I was in my 40s, I wasn't going to church like I should have been going. And myself and Karen Jarrett, we kept saying, we can't complain about things if we're not part of the system. And we watched the women of the church do different things, the ministries they were on. And we knew it was time that we got involved because when they die, what will we do? We have to be there for them to teach us. And we've had great Black leadership at St. Martin de Porres. They probably don't think they're great, but in my eyes, they are great. And they've taught us how to continue. And obstacles are, as Rose said, men thinking they're the only ones who know how to lead. And the diocese, I think, can open up a little more and give women more responsibility.
Yes, and I totally agree with you. Women need to be accepted and welcomed and allowed to do more
Right,
things.
right. And it's not just, I know that this is Black History Month,
Mhm,
but to me, it's inclusive all women.
mhm.
We all have things to teach and things to teach each other.
Mm-hmm.
And, there's not just Black Catholic. We just have
Mm.
so many beautiful celebrations. And that's what I love about the parish.
I echo so much of what you have said, Sandy, especially that inclusivity.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that we're, many people that I've talked to think of St. Martin's as a Black Catholic church. It's not.
It's not.
It's not a Black Catholic church. It's an
And
inclusive church.
yes,
Any other nationality is welcome
yes,
Mm-hmm.
and celebrated.
We celebrate every culture, and we
Yes.
learn. And the more
Yes.
you know about another person's culture, the more you can appreciate them, and the more you can love them.
yes,
That is so true.
We're all
So
in
true.
this together.
yes.
Yes. So thank you to each of you. Many young women today struggle to stay connected to their faith. What advice do you have for young women trying to maintain their faith despite the challenges, the many challenges of modern life?
Well, I would say, most importantly, to stay true to yourself. Don't allow all the external bombardments of the world to change your inner self. And don't be afraid of no. Sometimes no can be a good thing. We all have that inner conscience to say, that doesn't feel, if I go down this path, it just doesn't seem right to me. So stay true to your faith, stay true to yourself, and always, always lean on the Lord.
Our younger generation, they've fallen away from attending church and they're lost. And my advice to them is you need to get involved. It's more than just going to church, sitting at the pew and listening. You have to come and get involved, and then you become part of that community. And then you see the whole picture. It increases your faith. You find out you have more friends inside the parish because then you become family as opposed to your secular friends who could be leading you away from your faith, and there's so many challenges in life that they have to go through. A lot of these children, young adults, women, men, they don't have the basis. So when they're lost, they don't know where to go, but my mother gave me the basis. So At 40, when I felt lost, I knew to come back. And that's what I think is the challenge for everyone. All religions are saying our young people are not coming to church. It's something I think we need to do more to get them to come back,
Mm-hmm.
and invite them in, ask them, do you want to become a part of this particular group?
Mm-hmm.
It's about including them, not pushing them away.
Right. I think when you hear, well, I'm not getting anything out of it. And my comment to that is, well, what are you putting into it? You can't get anything if you don't put anything into it. Church is not where you come to get spoon fed. It's God all gave us talents and he expects us to use those talents. We all have a purpose in life. And so instead of looking, what can you do for me? As President Kennedy once said, what can I do for you? They have many talents that they can share with us and help us grow.
Yes.
And connected with that, I think of an experience I had Sunday after our symphony. A young girl who's in high school came up to me and she says, I miss going to church. And I said, well, why aren't you here?
Right.
And she said, well, my mother won't let me come. And I said, well, we need to do something about that. I said, so I got her mother who was there and we chatted and I said, I'd be willing to pick her up and bring her to church. It's interesting what comes from them.
Exactly.
From them.
Exactly.
Yeah, you never know. How can Black women navigate their faith in professional and secular space?
I think irregardless of whether professional or secular, I think the key is to still be true to yourself. Continue to act in a kind way. Continue to be supportive. Continue to express your faith. Not necessarily, as they say, Bible pounding, but just how you carry yourself can affect someone. You never know. Just giving someone a smile, it changed their day around. So whether professionally or secularly, just stay true to yourself. Stay true to your God.
Good advice. Thank you.
And if you're proud, like the professional part, if you're proud of the work you produce, you've done the best you possibly can. If you make a mistake, because we all make mistakes, you take ownership of that mistake. And if you don't understand the right way, ask and have someone teach you the right way. Then you could be proud of your work. And there comes a time you have to realize I can't let my outside influences influence my professional. You have to mature and separate the two. And then, and I think an aid to that is your faith. I try to live by what would Jesus do. That means more than just those few words. When you're filled with faith, a light shines on you and people can see it. You can see that she did that from her heart. She didn't have to do it, but she did it. And that means a lot. Like you said, a smile, offering someone coffee, even though it's Black History Month. It's more than a black or white thing in the world. We've got to get past that. We have to be inclusive to everyone.
So true. How has the legacy of Black women in history shaped today's fight for equality and empowerment?
I'm thinking of one person in particular, and she's up for sainthood, and that's Sister Thea Bowman. She was a Black woman who grew up in Mississippi. I think in her work, she strove to wake up people's minds to there's another way of doing things. There's a better way of doing things. She even shook up the bishops at the National Bishops Council to the point that they all joined hands and they started singing "We Shall Overcome." Now,
I'll never forget
this is
that.
one little Black woman all these white bishops, hugging together. But I say that to say that women have a unique ability to kind of shake things up, wake people's up to see there's another perspective. And that uh, if we're not all, if some of us are held back, we're all held back. If some of us are just free, then we all need to be free. So I think women are very important in bringing about racial clarity, racial empowerment.
The one thing that I see unique of Black women is we take children as that becomes our baby. Your children becomes our baby. If we need to teach, we teach everybody. It's not about what color they are, whose children they are. Many times in church, I've said to little young men, you are in the house of the Lord. Take that hat off. Take that hood off. And he's not my child. I might not even know who he belongs to yet, but it's because that's what our grandparents did to us. They taught us how to behave in church, how to respect the Lord. And it's just a continuation for me. I think that is all towards empowerment, equality. We have to teach our young.
Thank you, Rose and Sandy, for sharing your wisdom, your experiences with us today. This has been such a meaningful conversation, and I hope it inspires women of all ages to stay connected to their faith and embrace their role in the church. And I want to thank you for tuning in as we celebrate the conclusion of Black History Month. Let's continue to support and honor one another in meaningful ways. Until next time on Sister Chat, may we stay rooted in love and the power of our shared history.